guys, thanks for tuning in here for 4th grade math. I cannot believe it's already our last lesson for 4th quarter. I'm so excited that you tuned in today. This is Miss Weekly from Allentown Elementary. Make sure to keep watching till the end because we have a chance for you to win some fun prizes and things by answering a question. So make sure you pay attention today. If you want, you can get a pencil and sheet of paper ready so that when the question pops up, you can answer it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So our essential concept today is the same as it was last week. We're going to be drawing points, lines, line segments, rays, and angles. And remember the 3 types of angles. We have right, obtuse, and acute. All right, and then our types of lines are perpendicular and parallel lines. We're going to identify these lines in 2-dimensional figures. All right, we're also going to be classifying 2-dimensional figures based on the presence or absence of a specified size. We're going to recognize right triangles as a category and identify those triangles. All right, so today is kind of like a review, so I'm going to go kind of fast and then we'll have a fun little story that we're going to read today as well as a fun game. So I hope you enjoy today. All right, so let's review. Remember a polygon. What is a polygon? It is a closed, flat shape with all straight sides. And a polygon can be all kinds of sorts of figures as long as it's closed and it's made up of straight sides. So all of these could be examples of polygons. But could a circle be an example of a polygon? Nope, that's right. It has to be made up of straight sides, and we know a circle or an oval those are not straight lines. All right, so let's review. We know that all polygons are made up of line segments, and there's lots of different types of polygons. When we look at polygons, you can observe the different angles in each polygon. So if you look at the yellow shape, the yellow figure, you can see that that has the opposite sides are parallel. All right, and because it's a 4-sided figure, we know that it's a quadrilateral. Remember that quad means 4. All right, and then let's look at this rectangle, also known as a quadrilateral. What kind of angle do you notice? It's a right angle. It forms a perfect square. It's exactly 90 degrees. All right, and then you have another quadrilateral. All right, this is a trapezoid, and if you look here, this angle right here would be an acute angle, less than 90 degrees. So when we're looking at these figures, there's lots of different ways to identify them and classify them. So one is to also know that they're polygons. All right, and of course we can name them, like this is a trapezoid, but we can also look at what types of angles and lines they have, like acute angles, obtuse angles, right angles, or parallel lines or perpendicular lines. Like this line is parallel to this one. All right, let's keep going. All right, so the angles that make up polygons will be our right angles, our acute angles, or obtuse angles. All right, so let's talk about quadrilaterals for a moment. There's lots of different kinds of quadrilaterals. In order for a figure to be a quadrilateral, how many sides does it have to have? 4 sides. All right, and we can identify quadrilaterals by using their sides and their angles. A quadrilateral is going to have 4 sides as well as 4 angles. All right, in squares, let's talk about a square. It's a type of polygon as well as a type of quadrilateral because it has 4 sides and 4 angles. But it's a square because it has 4 equal sides. All right, 4 sides that are exactly the same, and it has 4 right angles. So in order for a figure to be a square, it has to have 4 right angles and all 4 sides must be exactly the same. They must be equal. All right, now let's talk about rectangles. All right, are rectangles polygons? Well, sure, of course they are because it's made up of straight sides, right? And it's a closed plane figure. All right, is it a quadrilateral? It's a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. All right, and a rectangle is going to have 4 sides where 2 sides are exactly the same length and it's made up of 4 right angles. That's what makes it a rectangle. All right, let's talk about rhombuses. All right, a rhombus is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides, 4 angles. But what makes this shape a rhombus is that all 4 sides are exactly the same. Does that sound familiar? That's exactly one of the specifications of a square, right? All right, but with a rhombus, it's not going to have any right angles. It's kind of like a square that they've smushed it. All right, but for it to be a rhombus, all 4 sides have to be equal, but it's not going to have any right angles. All right, now let's talk about another quadrilateral, a trapezoid. A trapezoid is going to have 1 pair of parallel sides. All right, if you look at this trapezoid, the top and bottom side are parallel. The two horizontal sides are not parallel because if we were to extend those would eventually cross or intersect. All right, great job, guys. So now let's talk about a parallelogram. A parallelogram is also a polygon and a quadrilateral. And a parallelogram is going to have 2 pair of parallel sides. All right, now let's talk about some different kinds of polygons. We know that these are triangles. All right, it's a polygon with 3 sides. If you look at this first triangle, if you look at the corner, that forms a perfect square. It forms a right angle. It's exactly 90 degrees. So we're going to call that type of triangle a right triangle. And then we have another polygon with 6 sides. This is a hexagon. All right, do you know what the last polygon will be? 8 sides. Do you know what it is? An octagon. Very good. All right. So now, all right, with quadrilaterals and polygons, you can see them anywhere. They have you'll see them in your bedroom, you'll see them in your house. So I want you to keep an eye out for all these different types of figures that we've learned about last week and reviewed today. And now we're going to read a little story about Righty the right triangle and his triangle machine. So we have Righty over there. Remember, what makes him a right triangle? He is a perfect square in the corner. Forms a right angle. So that's Righty the right triangle. So once upon a time, there was a right triangle who was nicknamed Righty because he had a right angle. Righty had a friend named Obtuse. Obtuse was a very sad triangle. He thought he was different than all the other triangles because he had no equal sides. Righty couldn't bear to see his friend cry, so he decided to make a triangle machine that would change Obtuse into a equilateral triangle. That's a big word, equilateral. Something went wrong with the triangle machine, and Obtuse became an isosceles triangle, which meant 2 equal sides. After trying again, Righty was finally able to make Obtuse into an equilateral triangle with 3 equal sides. So what do we call a triangle with 3 equal sides? An equilateral triangle. All right, so that was a fun little story about triangles. Now we're going to play a little game, and the name of the game is Who Am I? So I want you to try to guess what figure I'm describing. All right, I am 6 sides. I have 6 sides, and I'm a polygon. Who am I? Do you know? Think about what you know about your shapes. Which polygon has 6 sides? Did you guess hexagon? If so, good job. All right. I am a quadrilateral. Remember, how many sides does a quadrilateral have? 4 sides. I am a parallelogram. All right, remember, what's a parallelogram? How many parallel sides does a parallelogram have? 2 sets, right? And I have all equal sides. I have no right angles. Who am I? Do you know? Rhombus. Very good. Remember, a rhombus is a quadrilateral. It has 4 equal sides. It's also a parallelogram because it has 2 sets of parallel lines. All right, and it has no right angles. All right. Oh, look at us. Who are we? We're a group of parallelograms. They each have 2 sets of parallel lines. Ooh, a group of rectangles. They're a group of polygons and rhombuses. Can you describe these in another way? What are they? A group of parallelograms. Very good. All right. So I am a polygon. I have 5 sides and 5 vertices. Remember, the vertices are the points where the line segments meet. Who am I? So a polygon with 5 sides and 5 vertices. Do you know? Did you guess a pentagon? Great job. All right. I am a closed figure with 8 equal length sides. Who am I? So 8 sides, I'm a closed figure. What figure has 8 sides? An octagon. Very good. All right. Let's look at this one. I am not a parallelogram, so that means I do not have 2 sets of parallel lines. I am a quadrilateral, so I have 4 sides. Who am I? So let's think, what kind of quadrilateral does not have 2 sets of parallel lines? Do you know? A trapezoid. Very good. Remember, trapezoids only have 1 set of parallel lines, so those are not also identified as parallelograms. All right, so we are almost to the end of our lesson, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So I'm about to post my question, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to answer it. And when you do, I want you to email the correct answer to mcpsstv@mcpss.com, and you can win Chick-fil-A meals or t-shirts, okay? So are you ready? All right, so what I want you to do is look at each of these figures. I want you to list at least one reason why each of these polygons are different from the other shapes. Explain your reasoning. So again, you're going to explain why each of these are different from the others. So you'll actually have 3 answers, all right, before you email them to mcpsstv@mcpss.com. All right, I hope you're writing. All right, guys, well, while you're finishing up your answer, thank you so much for tuning in and all these lessons today. I'm sorry, during fourth quarter. I've really enjoyed it. I cannot believe we're already wrapping up fourth quarter. It has been quite an interesting year as well as this last quarter for us. So get ready, fourth grade. When you return to school, you'll be in fifth grade. So I am so excited for you. I hope you have a wonderful summer. Thank you so much and have a great afternoon, guys.